So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
No spacing.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They begin on the ground here with Conner. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw here, Roethlisberger. That's caught the former USC Trojan, Xavier Grimble. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
He's coming. Double up.
Now Ben going to give this one to Conner. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
Here I come. Nicker, now spin. Here I come. Check. Full alert. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
Here's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
All right, now. Flag 20. 55. You better bring it. You better bring it.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Connor. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Quarter. 41's coming. 41's the money.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On first and 10 is Connor. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Roethlisberger. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got you. Switch.
Now Joe Mixon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Bravo.
Throwing on second and long. Dalton. And that is incomplete here. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Nice. 26. Hey, Haywood. What we got? 26, Mike. Get your swerve on. 26, Mike.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. It's Hall. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Hands up, ladies. You think you won't get this? Right here. You think you won't get this? 26, Mike. Target. Hey, Charlie. 26, Mike.
Dalton, 1st and 10. To the left side here for Eifert. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Andy Dalton looked good on that pass, but I'll tell you what, all time in his career against Pittsburgh, it has been a struggle. 3-12 as a starter against these Steelers. Just more evidence of their dominance over the years in the AFC North. They'll give it to Mixon, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Check. Lucky. Here you go, 368.
Passing, it's Dalton. And he He's going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
52, 93, 44, 44. There you go. Hey, let's go. Man, kill these traps. Let's go. 26 points.
Dalton here from the gun. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Switch up, switch up. No, off.
They start with a give to counter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 27-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Got double tight. Four down. Deuce. Showing it. Here we go.
Roethlisberger will hand a counter. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Right there in the middle. 55. Tackles.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That play definitely goes down as a win for the defense as they were able to get there and tackle him for a loss. But you just got the sense that the runner kept looking for a space to turn upfield, and it kept getting strung out towards the sidelines before the defense finally finished him off.
Easy. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Like it's
On third down, Roethlisberger looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Here we go. Check. 55. 5. Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 55 mark, guys. 55.
On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Kill.
On the toss, Mixon. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
93, 52, 93, 44. 44. Here we go. Can.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play, Dalton to his favorite receiver, Green. 55 yards.
First down.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
Regular.
Throwing, Dalton. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Ladies. Hey, pick your game up. You go tight. You got tight right there. Rush. Heavy. Rush in. Hands up.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Hands up. Lead. Let's go. Heavy. He's tighten up. He's checking. Crash.
On second down, here's Nixon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Hands up. Lead. Let him know. Let him know. Check that team.
On third down, Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his third touchdown now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 26-yard line.
7-7. Check 55 to Mike. Watch the slant.
2nd and 5 now. Roethlisberger. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Able to power through. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
He's an absolute oak tree in the pocket because he is so hard to get on the ground. Not as elusive as he used to be, but still, trying to get him down, tough for any defender. In that case, he's able to move just enough. Incomplete pass downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. These two. Cross the pass. Mike, 55.
Roethlisberger. And he comes back with one complete.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Letting one go deep for the... That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
1st and 10 for Dalton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for Cincinnati. 58 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Slant. Watch the safety creep.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Let's go. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
The first down throw coming for Dalton. Throw left side complete to Ross. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down, Bengals.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, Dalton. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
On second down now, Mixon. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Connor takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, Delta. Let's go, D. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch the screen.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a first and 10 at the 25-yard line. Ben leaves to counter on the draw. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Hey, switch gears. Hey, alert three. Check your hot read. Check. Focus. Check hot route.
On first down, Connor. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Carlos Dunlap able to record his 5th sack of the season. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
No gain on this defense, no gain. Pack 2 by 2. Move.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
Lead. Exit. Man left. Hey, 4 down.
Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, high 7. 26 miles.
And now to the air, Dalton. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Check 50.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go. 26, Mike, 26. Hey, wahoo!
From the gun, Dalton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ross. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Throwing on first down. Dalton. And he'll find Hall. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Andy Dalton with his third touchdown pass of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. This is taken at the 3. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
They'll start the drive with Samuels. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Roethlisberger will throw. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Hands up! Hey, let's get in that hole! 3, 6, hands up!
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
BAT! Here you go, Cam! I got it. Hey, Steve 6! 55! Here we go!
On third down, Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. William Jackson with a pick. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
55. I got one.
They run again on 1st down. Anderson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 3rd down. Anderson, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. After the sack here, 2nd and 11.
At the 27-yard line.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
55. Jack 16. Too little, Jack. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, watch the slap.
They're going on fourth down. It's Roethlisberger. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. And they take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up fourth down.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?"
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Check 24. Check 24. Undercrush.
After the sack on first down, Roethlisberger. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. One last shot for Roethlisberger. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.